Hello friends, this is another of my recent finds video. Here we see a recent find from an estate sale. This is a Voice of Music Model 8810 amplifier. This came as part of a chassis originally that included a speaker, maybe about a 4-inch oval shaped speaker. I happen to know a little bit about this in advance. I got it for $5 at the estate sale, and I knew for certain that it was worth more than that. There's a couple of reasons to know that. So here's the nameplate on the Model 8810 amplifier. You can see it's got 12AX7 tube, 6V6 tube, and 6X4 tube. So I happen to know that this is pretty much the same lineup and circuit as the Fender Champ amplifier, which is a kind of a minimal tube amplifier that Fender made. They may still make it, I'm not sure. So you've got here what looks like an ordinary type tube amplifier, but it actually has a lot of potential to become a vintage guitar amplifier, possibly by changing a few components or rewiring to some extent. This has the kind of knobs you'd expect on it of volume, tone, and something else, microphone input, and stereo phono input. This was sold originally as a companion in its larger box for a stereo tape recorder that could record and play stereo but only had one output channel. So the idea was you'd buy this as an add-on and then be able to play true stereo on your early 1960s Voice of Music amplifier. So just based on the tube lineup alone, I know that we've got at least $20 worth of tubes here, transformer, and a kitty cat. Over here we got a series of things I bought for 50 cents each. The estate sale had a deal where anything that was unmarked was 50 cents. And these are kind of things that may not get used immediately, but are worth the 50 cents. Got an oscilloscope probe. That's always worth something if it works. This is a JVC remote control. I bought this not only for Scooter to smell, but also to go with my JVC receiver that I picked up somewhere along the way. Here we've got a stereo speaker wall plate. That isn't really of use in itself anymore. You know, the days of putting a stereo speaker wall plate are past, but I can imagine this going in the side of some other unit, like specifically my Klipsch Pro Media unit that I did in a few videos back. If you want to check that out, it has some problems with the speaker jacks on it, and this could potentially just go into the side of that. And likewise for this speaker terminal set, these go for new in the, I don't know, in the under $10 range. So for 50 cents that's a good junk box item, or it might also go on the Klipsch. I got this guitar tuner for $2. I already have a guitar tuner, but it kind of takes odd batteries. So this one takes a 9-volt battery. So that's a benefit. You know, all guitar tuners are more or less equivalent except for just kind of the physical features. This looks like it has a nice display, and for $2 that's worth taking a chance on. And here we have the strangest find of all. Got this for $19.99 with a 25% discount, so that brings me down to about $15. Scooter, please don't chew on the toxic materials from the 50s. This is a very strange thing. RDX is the brand, DX-7-6 tube powered 5.1 channel surround receiver. And you can see proudly shown 3 tubes. got what looks like a pretty complicated display and a VU meter. So I knew in parts alone this was worth $15, and also I'd have $15 worth of fun taking it apart, so that's kind of a no-brainer. I kind of grabbed this immediately when I saw it. This is definitely going to be the subject of its own video shortly, as well as the tube amplifier. But as a preview, this is kind of a strange thing of why would you ever have tubes inside of a surround receiver? So tubes are kind of associated with vintage or maybe high-end audio, but this isn't vintage, it isn't high-end, it's rather cheaply built, and I suspect the tubes are more of a gimmick than anything. And in particular, it doesn't have vent holes on the top of it, so tubes always need air circulation because they create a lot of heat. So we'll cover that more in detail in its own video, but just to give you a preview or teaser, we're going to have a lot of fun looking inside this. So that wraps up my finds for this past week or so. Scooter, you want to say bye-bye? Hey, don't try to purr your way out of this. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Scooter. Bye-bye.